Hi, I'm Hershey Felder on the stage of the Royal George Theatre, and you're watching Taped with Rabbi Doug.
We're gonna see Rabbi Doug. We're gonna see Rabbi Doug. We're gonna see Rabbi Doug on your TV tonight.
But Daddy, I want to watch Monday Night Football.
Forget about Monday Night Football. There's no other thing we're going to watch on Monday but Rabbi Doug.
Yeah, Rabbi Doug on TV tonight. We're gonna see Rabbi Doug. Oh, everybody talk about Doug.
Shalom and welcome to Taped with Rabbi Doug. We are here on the stage at the Royal George Theatre in Chicago, and I am here with Peter Gethers. He is the man. He is the creator, along with Daniel Okrent, of the play Old Jews Telling Jokes. This performance, which is on Broadway in New York. Is it off Broadway?
Off Broadway.
Off Broadway in New York right now, but opening up in Chicago on what date?
It's opening up in Chicago on October 2nd.
October 2nd of 2013.
Correct.
And we are here with some of the cast and previews. And Peter.
By then, by the way, we will have played almost a year and a half in New York, so it's pretty exciting.
Peter is here to tell us a little bit about the play. I got to tell you about him because he's kind of an amazing guy. He's the president of Random House Studio, as well as the editor and publisher at Random House Incorporated. Now, if you have anything to do with teaching or schools, everyone knows Random House. They are, I believe, as we talked, the biggest publishing company in the United States.
And getting in the world. And And getting ever bigger.
It's wonderful, it's wonderful. So he's a screenwriter, television writer, producer, novelist, and a nonfiction author of the best-selling trilogy about Scottish fold cat Norton, The Cat Who Went to Paris, A Cat Abroad, and The Cat Who Will Live Forever. And his new novel, Ask Bob, will be published in August of this year. He's a founding member of Rotisserie Baseball League, which is the 1980 group that started fantasy sports, which is so big right now.
And here, if you would like to know the most amazing thing about starting fantasy sports, we started in 1980. So 32 years later, 33 years later, it's now fantasy sports are estimated to be a $3 to $4 billion a year industry.
It's unbelievable.
And we didn't make a dime.
Now,
I think that's the most impressive thing about my resume.
That's impressive, but hey, thank God you're successful in other places. But tell me something about this. You know, it started out when I was a kid, fantasy baseball was the big thing, but fantasy football is really the biggest, isn't it?
It's huge now. Fantasy football is big. There's fantasy golf. There is, and I swear I'm telling the truth, there's fantasy sumo wrestling in Japan. Honest to goodness.
Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. So tell me, what is the origin of putting together Old Jews Telling Jokes, and what is the premise for our viewers who might be interested in coming to the Royal George and seeing the show?
Basically, there was a website, and my partner in this venture, Dan Okrent, who's quite distinguished, but since he's not here, I'll take full credit for everything. I called Dan. He was, for a period of time, the youngest Jew on the Old Jews Telling Jokes website for about 3 weeks. We watched it fanatically because it's very funny, and it is literally just old Jews standing up and telling their favorite jokes.
So it's a for fun website.
Absolutely, although now there's advertising and all of that. But it's very funny, and there's some great jokes. And only after about a year of watching this fanatically, I called Okrent, and I said, you know what? I think I have a really good idea. Let's get the rights to the website and let's turn it into a review. I think we can turn it into a Broadway show or off-Broadway show. And we got the rights, and we didn't want to just do what the website does. We didn't want to just have stand-up jokes. So we created a show, and the premise of this show, of Old Jews Telling Jokes, is basically, in a nutshell, it's that life is really hard. In essence, the way I always describe it is, life sucks, so you better do what old Jews do, which is laugh at everything, because that's the only way you get through life. So we created a show where the jokes go from birth to death, with categories in between. So it's birth, childhood, parenting, dating, sex before marriage, marriage, sex after marriage, sex way after marriage, all the way through doctors and illness and death. And of course, the interesting thing as we were doing this, we realized that the worse life gets, the funnier the jokes are. And so we also incorporated monologues. Each actor, each of the 5 actors has one monologue that is based on a real life story that really connects something real and we think a little poignant to the importance of humor and jokes. And that's the show. Plus there's a few songs in it. And I do have to say, people just laugh their heads off for 90 minutes.
When I think of old Jews telling jokes, I think of, like, I was flipping through TV last night, Mel Brooks, Carl Reiner. These are the people that come to my mind from growing up, and so on, of course, Jack Benny. You know, just that whole genre of comedians who did black and white TV, who had the first sitcoms, and so on and so forth. So tell me, are your actors, are your people, are they old Jews telling jokes?
No,
or who are your actors?
Well, we have 5 actors. We have basically 3 old Jews and 2 young people. In New York, it's 4 out of 5 Jews. And I have to say, when we were casting it originally, we almost cast a young Asian woman and we almost cast a young black guy, because what the show sort of teaches you, and it's hardly a moralizing show, it's 85% just the funniest jokes in the world, but it's basically, as I said, it's you need to learn to be an old Jew, and everybody needs to be an old Jew, because that's how you cope. Yeah. And so, you know, that's what we've done, and you know, I'm pretty happy with it.
So you're the man. Tell me your background. Where did you grow up, and how did you get into publishing and producing and writing?
Like everything, totally accidental. I grew up in New York. My father was actually a television writer and producer and director, and moved us out to California, where the business was when I was a kid. I was never too happy in LA as a place, so the first day I could, I hightailed it back to New York, and I was writing my first novel when I was 21, and it seemed like a good idea to get a job in publishing, meet people, and I don't think the word network existed yet, but that's what I was doing. And wrote a novel, got it published, didn't make enough to retire from the publishing business, basically made enough to order meat occasionally with dinner, and found I liked both. So after a few years, I worked out a deal where I could work in publishing half-time and do my own thing half-time. So ever since I had that, I publish a lot of people. I mean, I have to say, it's a great job, and I get to work with almost anybody who interests me over the years. And then I've written books. My 11th book is coming out in August, and I've written movies and television and produced television series, and I just do whatever interests me.
So the rabbi in me wants to ask you, where'd you have your bar mitzvah?
L.A.
In L.A. Which synagogue?
Oh,
do you remember?
Oh, no, I'm too old. I can't remember that far back.
Okay, because my parents live in L.A., that's why I asked. So anyway.
It was somewhere in the valley.
In the valley, yeah. Very nice, very nice. They live in the valley too, so there you go. What are your goals as a writer and a producer? You know, you've got this Off Broadway show. You've got hopefully a little different type of success than you've had in other fields with this. And what are your thoughts and goals for the future as far as screenplays and doing Broadway and Off Broadway type work?
Well, we really thought this was going to be a one-shot. Dan Okren has a very distinguished writing career. He's been a finalist for the Pulitzer Prize, but as he puts it, he's never actually done anything before that brought people such pleasure. And it's a great thing to walk into a theater every night and hearing several hundred people just roaring with laughter. It's weirdly satisfying.
Absolutely.
So we really thought this was going to be a one-time only thing, but it was so much fun and such a fun collaboration. We had a wonderful director named Mark Bruni, who's a young Italian, not an old Jew, who totally got it. So we actually have 2 or 3 other plays lined up. I'm producing something that's only going to last a week that I co-created. It's going to play in November, which is a 7-show concert of Wynton Marsalis doing the music of Stephen Sondheim, which I'm really, really excited about.
Very nice.
I published and edited Sondheim's 2 books. And you know, I have a book coming out in August. I'm under contract to do another one. I'm producing a food cooking show, believe it or not, that should be on the air this summer or fall. And my company is developing films and television shows based on Random House Inc. books from around the world. So we should have 3 or 4 TV shows going, and then we're also partnered with Focus Features doing movies. So we should have 2 or 3 movies that I'll be partly overseeing. So that's why I have bags under my eyes and I'm always tired.
Fantastic. I want to wish you so much success and thank you for being with us here in Chicago.
Oh, it was my pleasure.
Peter
Thank you.
Gethers, he is the man. He is the creator, along with Daniel Okrent, of Old Jews Telling Jokes here on Taped with Rabbi Doug. I want to thank you for being with us. Next time you need a rabbi in one of your productions, you just keep me in mind.
I know who to come to.
All right, very good. Stay with us here on Taped with Rabbi Doug. We hope to meet some of the cast of Old Jews Telling Jokes.
You're gonna sell a talking doll of my mother. You pull the string and it says again with the string?
I am an American.
I am an American.
I'm an American.
I am an American.
I'm an American.
I am an American.
I am an American. I am an American.
I am an American.
I am an American.
I am an American.
I am an American.
I am an American.
I am an American. I am an American. I am an American. I am an American.
I am an American.
I'm an American.
I am an American.
I
am
An American.
I am an American.
I am an American.
I am American.
I am America.
I'm an American.
I'm an American.
I'm an American.
I am an American.
I am an American.
I'm an American.
I am an American.
I am an American.
Doctor, I can't pee.
You can't pee?
I can't pee.
How old are you, Mr. Shapiro?
I'm 91.
You've peed enough.
Hi, I'm Tim Cavanaugh, and you're watching Taped with Rabbi Doug, and as well you should.
Welcome back. I'm here on Taped with Rabbi Doug with the cast from New York of Old Jews Telling Jokes. And Suzanne, why don't you introduce yourself first, and everybody can go down the line.
I'm Suzanne Grodner.
I'm Donald Corn.
I'm Rachel Koloff.
Darren DePaul.
I'm Garth Kravitz.
Okay, my first question to you guys is, and the first one to raise your hand and come up, how did you become Old Jews Telling Jokes? Yes.
Like everything else in New York, we auditioned for this great new play, and were lucky enough to be cast in the play and then go through the process of rehearsing a play as it was sort of being created too. So just like any other play in New York, we auditioned, we got lucky, and right place, right time, right religion.
Great, great. So my next question is, did you guys contribute jokes yourselves?
Oh.
I didn't know. I heard half of them, but I had.
They've been around for the thousands of years they've been around floating.
Yeah.
I think at the auditions everyone was told to throw a joke out.
Yeah.
And I think as much as we'd like to think, oh, the writers heard that one and put it in the show, I think it was there before we all.
Well, I said to Peter, when I spoke with Peter, I said to him, you know, when I think of Old Jews Telling Jokes, I think of growing up, I think of Mel Brooks, I think of Carl Reiner.
Yep.
You know, those are the people that come to my mind. Alan King, Jack Benny, people like that.
We're telling those jokes.
So these are people, did you guys grow up with them also as being fans of them?
You bet. Oh my goodness.
Sherman and
Alan
Shelley
Sherman.
Berman. But they were young Jews.
They were young Jews.
And we were younger Jews.
So let me come at you since you said that. What's your favorite joke?
My favorite joke? Nurse walks into the doctor's office and says, "Doctor, the invisible man is here." Doctor says, "Sorry, I can't see him." Because he's invisible. That's going in.
There you go.
That's going in.
What do you think? What do you think is the real attraction to this over other comedy type plays?
I think that I play the piano for the show and I watch it every night, and I can see the look on people's faces from the very beginning. The way it's set up and presented, they're given permission to be silly, and they've heard these jokes, and there's no heavy message. They just get to laugh, and they go into like joke party mode. And the looks on people's faces, I've never seen it in the theater. I've been in the theater all my life. I've never seen this.
That's great.
They just beam with anticipation for the next
suspended
joke.
smile.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
other
It's
thing
crazy.
that makes this show special is that there are monologues that are written for each character in the show that defines who these people are and why they were impacted in their lives with the Jewish tradition of telling jokes, what joke telling meant in their lives. And what it creates is a heart for the show. It's lots of jokes, fun jokes. Some are wacky, some are a little naughty. But when you hear these, the monologues ground the show and give it its heart. Yep. And that's the difference with this show. I think that people walk out not just laughing, but feeling warm-hearted.
Because when you're telling a joke, in essence you're giving a gift. It's like, here's this thing that I love that means a lot to me, and I'm going to share it with you. And then you have a bond with that person.
Yeah, I can tell you were a comedian as a child, weren't you?
Yes.
Your teachers really had a hard time with you.
No, I was very quiet, but then, you find theater and you find this thing and you really want to get out there.
It's great.
It's about them.
It's great. No, I love it. I can see like this stage thing of each of you just meeting you today. What's your favorite joke?
My favorite joke is the parrot joke that's in the show, and I don't actually tell the joke. Morty tells the joke, and it's my favorite joke. Hit it, Morty.
A Hassidic Jew walks into a bar with a parrot on his shoulder, and the bartender says, "Where'd you get him?" And the parrot says, "Brooklyn, they got thousands of them."
That's actually
because he's invisible. He's invisible.
That's my favorite joke.
I love it. I love it. I want to thank you all for being on the show. I want to thank you all for coming to Chicago. I want to tell you all that you should go out and when the show opens this fall, you should see old Jews telling jokes. And
you'll laugh your tuchus off.
You'll laugh your tuchus
What's not to like? Wear a sweater, it's cold. That's right.
And Peter thanks you too as he's standing there laughing at these guys still, even though he's seen them so many times. Thank you all for being with us.
Thank you.
Stay with us here on Tape with Rabbi Doug. Old Jews telling jokes. We'll see ya. Shalom, everyone.
Shalom.
A man goes to see his rabbi, and he says, "Rabbi, I think my wife is poisoning me. I don't know what to do." And the rabbi says, "Well, give me a chance to talk to her, and I'll get back to you." So the next day, the rabbi calls the man, and he says, "Well, I had a long, long talk with your wife, 3 hours at least." And the man says, Yeah, so what's your advice?" "Take the poison."
Hey, I'm Spike Manton. When I'm not on the radio, I prefer to be taped with Rabbi Doug.
Oh, Peter Gethers. Wait a second.
Are you the guy I've been working with for the last 3 years developing a show called Old Jews Telling Jokes? The day after I turned 60, being an older Jew than you are, I appeared on the website. For a brief period, I was the youngest old Jew on Old Jews Telling Jokes. And it was perfect. I did it the same day that I had a colonoscopy.
We didn't want to do just jokes. The jokes are hilarious, there are plenty of them, but we wanted to show that jokes were at the heart of how you get through life. At our last reading, several people had tears in their eyes, right? Now, we never
Of course,
thought...
they were investors. One of the many other things that really enhanced the show is bringing in some people who actually had talent. Professionals.
That rattled me too.
I know, you were used to that.
I was against it.
And one of the things that really surprised me in those very early readings that we did was that jokes that I'd heard 100 times and told 200 times, in the hands of an actor, in the hands of a good comic actor, it was like I'd never heard it before. It was fantastic. And it was like somebody hearing their favorite old song, and the people who knew the joke liked it even more because these actors deliver it so damn well, and it kind of this warm feeling, darling, they're playing our disgusting joke.
The problem we found writing and compiling these jokes is dirty jokes tend to be the funnier jokes, and we didn't want just that. There's a huge variety. I mean, most people can come see the show and walk out happy.
I don't consider them dirty jokes. I consider them jokes about human relations between people who love each other.
Almost no one's now has been able to come up with a joke that we haven't uncovered in the last 3 years. I mean, we had arguments over which joke is funnier, which version is funnier.
And one of the great things I think about the show is that it's edited by the audience. That at every reading, we see how audiences have responded to a particular joke. They don't laugh at it, take it out.
But I think you come out not just laughing. That's what really appeals to me. You come out sort of saying, that was a really great experience, and you actually think about the nature of jokes and humor.
Sadie? Yes. Sadie, I have some bad news. I only have 10 hours to live.
Oh my God, 10 hours to live, Max. What can I do? I'll make you your favorite meal. Roast chicken, mashed potatoes.
No, I couldn't eat a thing. After all these years, all I want to do is to make love to you. We'll make love all night long.
Oh, that's easy for you to say. You don't have to get up in the morning.
Nobody likes me. Nobody. Maybe it's because I like to attack people. Men, women, kids. I can reduce them to weak, stammering, confused, scared imitations of their former selves. If they don't stop me, I just might leave them that way for life. I am a stroke.
Learn to recognize a stroke and act quickly. Time lost is brain lost.
I'm Aaron Freeman, and you are watching Taped with Rabbi Doug.
We are so happy to have you here this evening. We are particularly happy to have someone here who is celebrating on this very day her 100th birthday, Dorothy Karchman. Miss Karchman, will you please come up and join us on stage?
Becky, who is 90 years old, and her best friend Dorothy, who is 100, are driving down a road in Florida.
Dorothy! That's the third car you almost hit in 5 minutes. I'm driving.
Thanks again for being with us here on Taped with Rabbi Doug. Remember, if you want to check out our website, it's www.tvrabbi.com, where you can also see old shows, as well as old Jews telling jokes. And if you want to send us an email, info@tvrabbi.com. If you want to email Peter or somebody from the cast, I'll be happy to forward to them, and I'm sure they'll get back to you. Remember, we're on every week at this time. Hope to see you next time, right here on Taped with Rabbi Doug. Shalom, everyone.
Shalom.
Yeah, I'm talking about Rabbi Doug. Talking about Rabbi Doug. Talking about Rabbi Doug on your TV show. Well, he's the rabbi for me. Anytime you need. You're gonna get married or you're gonna die. Gonna see Rabbi Doug. Gonna see Rabbi Doug. Gonna see Rabbi Doug. Gonna see Rabbi Doug on the TV tonight.
Stay tuned. Taped with Rabbi Doug will be right back.
I'm Rabbi Esther Young Grace. Shalom to all of you. And stay tuned for Taped with Rabbi Doug.
We're gonna see Rabbi Doug. We're gonna see Rabbi Doug. We're gonna see Rabbi Doug on your TV tonight. But Daddy, I want to watch Monday Night Football.
Forget about Monday Night Football. There's no other thing we're going to watch on Monday but Rabbi Doug.
Yeah, Rabbi Doug on TV tonight. We're going to see Rabbi Doug. Oh, everybody talk about Doug.
Shalom and welcome to Taped with Rabbi Doug. We are here for a special edition of the show, only on tvrabbi.com and on the internet, in memory of Leiby Kletzky, who was kidnapped and murdered in Brooklyn, New York, in Borough Park, coming home from camp. It's a terrible tragedy. Today, Skinny, featuring composer and singer and guitar player Trevor Miller and his sister Tracy on drums, has written a memorial song to Leiby. So stay with us here on Taped with Rabbi Doug. Here's Trevor and Tracy.
I didn't know you, but I wish I did. This shouldn't happen, you were just a kid. You were just a kid.
Thanks for being with us. Remember, check out our website, www.tvrabbi.com, or you can email us at info@tvrabbi.com. Remember, we are on regularly every single week, but thanks for being with us on this special internet edition of Taped with Rabbi Doug. Hope to see you next time. Shalom, everyone.
I don't think any of us okay. They say that grace and hope is on the way. One of these days.
This has been a Taped with Rabbi Doug production.